Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your short and sweet Zodiac Taroscope reading. I am doing all things Halloween this month. I'm sure you're aware by now. So we're going straight into what I'm calling the graveyard spread reading here, okay? We want to know what needs to be laid to rest in your life right now, okay? There's 4 cards here. I'm going to pull them all out at once, then we're going to clarify with more tarot. So first card up, what needs to be laid to rest in your life right now? And that can be situation, event, person, in any area of your life. You will know. Okay. And then how can you be okay with laying this to rest? Maybe like with moving on from it, or this could even be advice and guidance on how to do it. It's always different once we see what the first message is coming out. But we'll put that there. And then, are there any lessons? A lesson, many lessons, too many cards, for you to learn from this, okay? Because there's usually something, if we're laying something to rest, there's a lesson that needs to be learned. Okay, Capricorn, so let's find out what that is. And last but not least, we're going to talk about, okay, what did you learn here? Is it just, you've taken on some, something wise that you can just hang on to and use one day down the road? Or is this something you can take for further potential and growth in your life somehow? Again, it will be different for everyone. But let's just put these right here, and we're going to get straight into what needs to be laid to rest. We have the King of Wands. Well, there he is with the drill. Is he trying to put his femur bone? Is that the femur bone back on? I don't know. He's a zombie. I don't think it's going to work. But he's not going to give up. He's got his little tool belt out here, okay? He's like, I'm not giving up. So what I want to say is there's something that maybe you do need to give up, okay? Now, what I've been experiencing in some of the other piles is it's not that you're giving it up totally. I think 1 or 2 might have been. And then there was 1 or 2 that no, it's just something almost that needs to be laid to rest. Not like dead and gone rest, but just put on the back burner. Let's get the clarifying tarot here, Capricorn, to see, is this something that needs to just be like, all right, enough is enough? Or, because that King of Wands is determined here. Or is it something that just needs to, you need a little break? The 6 of Pumpkins. Okay, the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, I feel it's like you need a little break, okay? Because I feel that with this energy that you are in and around, okay, however that works for you, Capricorn, in your life, you're very determined. You've got all the tools out. You are determined to get this bone hooked back into your kneecap somehow, okay? And I feel like you don't want to give up. You don't want to give up. You don't want to give up. But Spirit's saying, look, you need to take a little rest, all right? Or maybe, Capricorn, you need to learn how to work without that bone in your leg, all right? It could be that. But I do feel you need to take a rest here. You need to take a rest because the 6 of Pumpkins is about, putting in the hard work, right? You've been manifesting, you've been planting seeds, you're caring for them, you're doing the work, and it's paying off because you can grab a little pentacle here, a little pentacle there, and then you can start giving treats or pentacles out to other people. So it's like you can't tire yourself out, because that King of Wands would just go endlessly, right? Because he is all about, the big vision, trying to gain success, being the leader, very passionate and inspired by it. But that can cause burnout. And if you burn out, if your candle, it was funny, I just have this one sitting over here because it went out at the very beginning when I started. If your candle goes out too fast, you're not going to have enough to give to keep up the momentum to be planting those pentacles, taking care of them, doing this, doing that. That's why I feel they're saying to you, you need to have a rest so that you will have enough gas in the tank to, you know, take care of yourself and other people. And that will be in whatever area of your life or way that resonates for you, okay? Now, you're like, but I can't. So let's find out, how can you be okay with this? Oh, well, they're telling you flat out. The Three of Swords. I almost feel, but I'm going to get a tarot with it right now. What I want to say right off the bat, the first thing that popped in was, yeah, you know what? Before things get difficult and hard and achy and injured and heartbroken, you might want to just take the rest, right? So how can you be okay with it? Oops. Let me get another card here. Let's see. Is it going to send me out one? No. Yeah. Because this is like heartache and pain, okay? Oh, that just reminded me of a Foreigner song. That could mean something to you. Look, the Ten of Pumpkins. The Ten of Pumpkins is the Ten of Pentacles. You're not going to get from the 6 to the 10 if you tucker yourself out, if you wear yourself out, wear yourself ragged, spread yourself too thin. You will not have enough for yourself or for anybody else. You'll be laying up in this bed sooner than later, feeling like you've got three swords in you, okay? That is how you need to be okay with letting it go and taking the break. You know, taking a little hermit time for yourself, taking a little Four of Swords time for yourself, you know, a little hangman time for yourself. Think of it in all of those ways, because you can't have this by doing that. Okay, that's why it needs to be laid to rest. Now, what other lesson are you learning from this? The Five of Pumpkins. It's the Five of Pentacles. You're not going to miss out on anything, okay? By taking the break, by getting in this bed and taking a little rest, putting the tools down, you're not going to lose anything. Okay, that's what I want to say here with this Five of Pumpkins. You're not going to lose a pumpkin. You're not going to lose anything by taking a break. You need to think of it as in Capricorn. Well, here we go with the Ace of Pumpkins. By me taking a break, it's going to be like a brand new start for me. I am going to be recuperated. I'm going to get recuperated. I'm going to be refreshed. I'm going to be recharged. I feel like it's all the re's. It's like taking, I said this in a reading, I don't know, somewhere along the line here. It's like retrograde, right? Slip yourself into your own retrograde, all right? And just go in and relax and rethink about things. You know what? Just take a little bit of a time out, and then you come back out with your basket, with your trick-or-treat bag overflowing, okay? Because you are rested and ready to go. You are rested and ready for a new opportunity or many new opportunities. And with all the pentacles here, it could be financial, all right? You're going to plant this new pentacle and you're going to start caring for it. And again, it's like you just get, it's almost like a restart. That's what I want to say to you here, Capricorn. It's like a restart for you. You get a brand new beginning out of it, and it's going to bring you abundance. That's the lesson to learn. You can't give from an empty bucket, can you? No. So, how can you now take this for further growth? I think we're talking about it as we go along. Look, the Nine of Cups. It's where you're going to find your emotional fulfillment. So you can take these lessons and learn this lesson or many of the little lessons along the way here. And when you do, you're going to feel better than you ever did. Not just physically, but emotionally, okay? It's like You have just, things have been pouring, again, things have just been pouring into you. One cup after another, and you're like, wow. I didn't know it could be so good. It's like a whole 9 cups of energy drinks. It's like now you have more energy and more fuel than ever before. The Page of Bats. It's like, because you are rested and you're not foggy, your level of pages are like new, full of ideas and full of wanting to do things and inspired things and learn about new things, and they're the idea people, okay? Then the Knights take it and go with it, but the pages are the inspired ones. Right now, this is a clear, inspired way of thinking. There's no more tired fog and fuzziness, okay? I just love the way this message come out here. Like, it's just one straight down, makes perfect sense. Spirit has sent these cards through to you to get this particular message today. You need to slow down, Capricorn. That's what I'm going to say. Now, we have one last deck here, which is also in my theme of Halloween. Now, normally this Gypsy Witch Oracle deck is meant to be used in a different way. So the card's going to look a little strange because it has like its own big spread that you do with them, etc., etc. But there are sometimes some words of wisdom or caution or prediction or advice and guidance on them. So I'm using them. What do we have for you? The King of Clubs, or guess who that is? The King of Wands. Okay. Did we not have him, or was that in one of the other piles? Oh no, the King of Wands right back here at the beginning. See, that's how short my memory is sometimes. I need to get clear. But number 50 could be important to you. What else was I going to say, Capricorn? Number 50, there's a bear on this card. The bear is a sign of successful speculations. I'll just leave it at that. That is how we're ending your reading. If you enjoyed the reading, if it resonates with you, and for some of you not yet, because this hasn't happened yet, okay? But if you like my Halloween cards, then hit that like button, hit that little thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It helps my channel too. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do that. It's free. But to all of you new and old that come back reading after reading, thank you so much for your support. And I will see you either in maybe your moon or rising sign reading or in one of my other videos. Thanks so much. Hi, Taurus, and welcome to your Zodiac Taroscope short and sweet message. This is, I'm calling it many different things. For you, I'm calling it Halloween edition, okay? I'm doing the graveyard spread because we're talking about what needs to be laid to rest in your life right now. So I'm going to get a card for that, and then I'm going to get out the other 4 cards, and then we'll clarify with more tarot, and we'll be doing a Gypsy Witch Oracle card at the end, okay? So there we go. First card out for what needs to be laid to rest. Now, this could be advice on how to do it, something that might help you think, oh, okay, that's why this is a good idea. It'll be different, okay, for each one of you, Taurus, because this is going to be a different situation for different people in different ways, right? It may overall be similar, but you're all dealing with it in your own way. The energies, the people, the situations are all going to be completely, or if nothing else, slightly different, right? Now, is there lessons to be learned here? And we have yes. Okay. And if there is a lesson, or at least just some really great knowledge that you're picking, and wisdom that you're picking up on, how will that affect you moving forward? Will you keep it in your back pocket and use it, you know, when you might need to down the road? Or is it something that's actually going to help to propel you? We'll see. But let's get right into this. So, first up, what needs to be laid to rest in your life right now? The Ten of Swords. This is good. This is an ending. Okay? The Ten of Swords. This is you. I'm just going to say feeling like you were gutted, okay? This is you just feeling like you have because it's swords, I always want to say I think of it as your thoughts, your words, your actions, right? But with the 10 of Swords in the traditional deck, it is 10 swords in someone's back. And that can sometimes be the ending, right? But is it the ending of a way of thinking? Is it the ending of the way of believing in something? Is it that someone literally has betrayed you? You know, we like to call it, you know, they stabbed you in the back, they betrayed you. You know, what exactly is it? And is this something, why do you need to lay it to rest? Because it's coming to an end. But, you know, can speak to it myself. You just hang on sometimes, even though you know it's an ending, you just hang on. And so maybe this is why this message is coming to you today, Taurus, okay? 10 of Bats, another 10. The 10 of Bats is also the 10 of Swords. They're doubling down. This is an ending of, I feel, what they want you to lay to rest is whatever this ending is for you, whether someone's betrayed you, stabbed you in the back, did you wrong. It could just be your own belief systems and stuff like that, the way you think about things. I kind of feel like it's more of the other, where someone has, you know, pulled a fast one on you, and it's not been very nice. You need to let it go. As hard as that is, you need to let it go. There's no time for revenge. There's no time for getting even. There's no time trying to figure out why they did it. Because if you don't know why, chances are, and I'm just being flat out with you, Taurus, and I know that you will like this. I'm a Taurus moon, so yeah. You know what? It just simply is. There might not be a real good reason, and even if they give you one, you're probably still not going to like it. And so this is Spirit, God, Source, Universe, or whomever for you coming in to say, no, we're giving you 2 tens of swords here. You need to just walk away from it. You need to just lay it to rest. And I mean, literally, some piles, it's just been something needs to just slow down or go on the back burner, laid to rest. This is laid to rest. We've got 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords, laid to rest, laid to rest. Like, you need to walk away from this almost as fast as you can. Now, easier said than done. So how is it that you can do it? Be okay with doing it. 3 of Wands. Oh, I love this. The 3 of Wands is, well, in this card, I just want to say, is like, she's like, you see the power coming out of my wand here? Yeah, I'm powerful, okay? And she's even standing there with the wind blowing on her. Powerful, okay? So that's how you are strong. You are powerful, all right? You are capable, even though it may not feel like it right in this moment, but you are capable of doing this. And with the 3 of Wands, it's like taking that capable, powerful, confident, courageous self and heading off on a new journey. Okay? You have to, maybe that's how you have to think about it. Let's get a clarifier, is you just need to head off on a new journey. This journey has ended. The train has come to a stop at the station. You can't stay on the train, okay? Well, I feel like I'm giving tough love here. Yeah, the Hierophant. I feel like for some of you, this could be a marriage with the Hierophant card, okay? This could just be a situation that you've been in that you were never, look, you're all wrapped up. Like a mummy, you were never allowed to be this strong, courageous, confident person. Okay? Now you can be. All right? That's one way of letting it go. Think about, I'm sure there may have been good times here, okay? But I want you to think about the times that weren't so good, that you have sat, Taurus, and said, oh, if only I wasn't all tied up in knots. Oh, if only I wasn't a prisoner in my own home. I don't mean literally a prisoner, but you know what I mean. If only I wasn't a prisoner in my own mind, whatever it may be. And well, now are all those if onlys. I feel like this, how can you be okay with letting this go? This is the if only. If only I had money to do it. If only I, if only I was on my own and only had to take care of myself and do it, right? These are all the if onlys, and that's what I think Spirit wants you to think about when you're trying to let this go, because this is this is up in your head, but it's also an emotional thing too, right? So let's go on to what lessons can you learn from this. This is the moon. Oh, the moon. Okay, sorry, I had to stop there for a minute and come back. I always tend to go to the 12th house with the moon, even though I know it rules the 4th. Okay, but I feel like the moon can go in one of two ways. It's either a dark moon like the new moon, we don't see it in the sky, or it's a big old bright full moon that we do see. And everyone relates to the full moon because we see it. But you also have to understand too, if you're looking in astrology, that the most powerful moment in time of even a full moon isn't at night when it's out. It could be at 2:30 in the afternoon, but we don't see it again in the sky. So it's kind of interesting. My whole point being, I feel like this full moon in this card is illuminating you. It's taking you out of the dark. I want to say, like King Tut was in I don't know, it was a coffin, right? But did it have a name? I think it does. But anyway, you're coming out of the darkness and into the light. That's what I feel like. Remember when I kind of said something about, being a prisoner in your own home? No, not anymore. You're stepping out into the spotlight. This is one big full moon here, okay? And I feel like this is what you're learning. You are big and powerful, okay? You are big and you are powerful. Too many cards. You can hold your own in the spotlight. You don't need someone else holding it for you. I feel, look again, that this is just a message, a lesson to be learned, that you don't look mummified again here. You don't need to be all tied up. The 8 of Bats is the 8 of Swords. It's like a self-imposed prison, right? Like I said, you probably weren't literally a prisoner in your own home, but you felt like one. You were in your own mental prison. This is all swords energy too, over here and here. So I feel that this was a real time of mental turmoil for you, and you are breaking free of it. Look, he's wrapped up tight. She's not. Look, the little bats are helping to take all of the loose pieces, that's the way I'm reading this card, off, okay? Because the bandage needs to fall from her eyes. It needs to fall off her body because you are moving forward. That's the lesson to learn. That no matter how hard or difficult things may have been, there can always be forward movement if you change your thought pattern and make the decision to move forward. Okay. And if this wasn't a romantic relationship or a marriage, it could very well be a friendship, a relationship within a family. It's different. It could be at work. Okay. Sometimes we feel chained to our desks at work. So, this can be in any area of your life. But let's look at how can you take these lessons that you're learning? Can you use them in the future? Can they propel you to growth? How can you use them for growth? Don't be afraid to accept help from other people, okay? You don't have to do this alone. So while you're getting your confidence, your courage, while you're unwrapping the mummy bandages, while you're starting to step out into the spotlight of your own life, it's okay to accept help from other people. It doesn't have to be a solo venture here, okay, Taurus? You can accept help from others. Let me get a tarot, though, to clarify that as well. This 4 of Cups. It could also mean that the Devil card. Yeah, breaking free. I said sometimes we feel like we're chained to the desk. They're chained to the devil energy, right? You don't need to be chained to this devil energy that just tires you out and beats you up and makes you feel like you're all encased in something. You don't need to be in that energy anymore. Start getting out with some people that maybe don't exhibit negative, devilish energy, okay? Because really, devil energy is just that negative things that you could be addicted to, tied to, you hang on to for some reason. And Spirit's saying you need to lay it to rest, okay? You need to break the chains. You need to accept help, okay? And when you do that, that's where your growth will come from. So, Taurus, I love this message for you. Now, before we go, I'm pulling from this cute little deck. It's called the Gypsy Witch Tarot. And although it's not meant, for the most part, to be pulled like this, because there's like a whole thing, a whole spread you do with them, or a couple anyway. But there's advice, there's guidance. Sometimes it's a little heads up, right? A little prediction. So let's see. It's been different for the different piles. We have the 10 of Hearts, or the 10 of Cups. The number 10 could be important to you. The number 7 could be important to you, Taurus. But this is a bouquet of flowers, okay? So let's read what it says. I mean, the 10 of Cups is getting from here, which is like I said, it's kind of felt like it was an awful place, to the 10 of Cups, which is like emotional fulfillment and happiness and joy and peace and love and all of those great, wonderful things. Okay, but let me read what the card says here about the flowers. Number 7, bouquet of flowers. An absolute indication of long and happy life. Extraordinary honors and fame. Maybe for some of you, okay? It could just be you honoring your own new life that you're getting here. But what a way to end the reading. So if you like this reading, if you're enjoying my Halloween decks, hit that thumbs up, that like button. It helps my channel. To my new subscribers, hello. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And to my regular watchers who come back time after time, thank you for your support. Every little bit helps. I'm approaching that 600 mark of subscribers. I'm trying really hard here. So, you know, if you haven't, please hit it. And you can also set notifications so you know when my readings are coming out, if you like me that much, please. But anyhow, thank you so much, Taurus. I appreciate your time, and I will see you maybe in your rising or moon sign. You can go look at that, or I will see you in one of the next readings that I do. Bye-bye. Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your Halloween themed reading. Okay, we're doing the graveyard spread here for you, for your Zodiac Taroscope, short and sweet. All right. As you know, you've been seeing them, all of my Halloween decks. I just feel like a little kid when I'm using them. So it's a very happy time. But we're going to get right into what needs to be laid to rest. In this graveyard spread reading, what needs to be laid to rest in your life right now. I'm also going to get out the other cards here. There's 4 in total. This is like, you know, if you're having a difficult time letting go, maybe some advice or guidance or a way to think about it, okay? So we're going to get a card for that. I'm always a little disappointed when October, I guess, not the Halloween season, but when October ends, this is about lessons that maybe you can learn from it or take from it. You know, because I'm like, oh, and I tend to not use them throughout the year because I like to save them for special, right? And I do have some Christmas decks, not as many. So I'm a themey person. It's what I like. Okay, now that was lessons. And this is if you do learn something wise, a lesson, or just maybe just something wise, right? You know, can you use it to propel yourself forward for growth? Or is it just something you'll hold in your back pocket, save for a rainy day? And it's just like wisdom that's been found and now you're going to retain it and use it later. We'll talk about that as we go through. I'm going to be pulling tarot for clarifiers as well. So first card out, what needs to be laid to rest in my life right now? The Page of Cups. Okay, so As I always say, it's very rare that spirit is going to come in and say, oh no, we don't want you to be thinking about new creative opportunities or being curious about anything out there in the world in a creative way or possibilities. When it comes to creativity, they're never going to say that. So what this means is if you are thinking about a creative endeavor, because this is new, it's a page, it's young, it's in the beginning stages. If you are about to launch or if you are about to get it started, I want to say this isn't a lay to rest forever, but I'm going to get a clarifier here. I feel more in the sense of, because it's been coming out both ways, all right, that it might just be, you just need to, you know, put the brakes on for a second. You just need to slow it down, you know. Here we go. Knight of Bats. The Knight of Bats is the Knight of Swords. Yeah, okay. And you're going, slow it down. The Knight of Swords is fast moving. Yes, but guess what he also is? Clear in thought. He knows exactly where it is that he's charging off to. He knows exactly why he's charging there. He knows exactly how to get there. He knows exactly what he needs to do. He knows everything about it. He has studied the plan, I'm going to say. He's studied the blueprints. You know, I think of Game of Thrones. He has stood around the big table with all the chess pieces, okay? This is how this message comes in. There's something I feel like you don't quite know yet. All right. That's why you need to just slow it down. There's a piece of information that is missing. And this can be in any area of your life. It can be with people. It can be a situation. Okay. But if there's something, and that's how this is going to resonate with you. If not, check your moon or rising sign. All right. But I feel like there's something that is in the beginning infant stages, okay? And I feel like it's a good thing. I don't get a bad feeling about it at all, but I feel like there's some information missing, maybe a bit of clarity that needs to be brought into it. There's something around that. So it's like before you charge out with all these wonderful new creative ideas and I don't know. I just feel it's a very in a creative sense. Okay. So, you know, do you work with your hands? Do you work with music? Do you work? I mean, you can be a hairdresser and be very creative. I mean, you can be creative and artistic is kind of how I want to go with it, right? In many different ways. I feel like it's something around that. It could be you want to redecorate your house. Okay, maybe it's been 20 years since you've bought a new sofa and chair and coffee table, etc. And you're like, you know what? We can finally afford it. And you've got all of these wonderful possibilities, and you've made the Bristol, I call it the Bristol board, but you've made the vision boards. You've done everything, but I feel like there's something missing. It needs to be revisited. Okay. Now, you're going to go, what? No, I'm so ready. I thought I was so ready. It may not be a big thing. For some of you, maybe. For others of you, it could just be a small little thing that's going to turn, just turn everything around. But just give it some more thought. Let your intuition with cups here, let your intuition and your logical and rational thinking work together, okay? That's what I feel I need to say. So we're saying, you're like, no, I'm ready to go. So how can you be okay with putting this on the back burner? Look, 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is fast moving energy. But sometimes when you move too fast, things get a little chaotic. A little tornado comes in, the wind, and it just whips everything up and spins everything around. And the next thing you know, it passes through like a little tornado or windstorm, whatever you want to call it. And now everything's just laying on the ground, broken or not where it's supposed to be. Okay. I feel like if you don't put a a halt to it right now, and not a permanent halt, not a permanent laid to rest here, that I feel that they want to say things could get a little hairy, okay? Things could get a little chaotic, or, things could get a little messed up. Things might not go as smoothly as you had planned for them to go. And it could be this one little bit of missing information, however that is, and I can't pinpoint it because you're all different people with different situations, right? But here we go. They're telling you. They're now bringing in my favorite card for these readings because it keeps coming out quite often. The Five of Imps, the Five of Wands. I sound like a broken record, but they are that bee in your soda in the summer. They are, or in your glass of iced tea, whatever it might be. They are the ant at the picnic. And what did I say? I started something new. Fly in the ointment, okay? That's what's going to, I feel like Spirit's just coming straight out. This is the energy to expect around it if you don't put the brakes on. And just spend a little more time, whether it's in research or, I don't know. I go back to, I feel like it's that one thing that's just going to, it's like spraying a little bit of WD-40 into a door, like a lock on a door. That's what I feel. Or when your doors are frozen in the winter, right? The lock. I mean, we have, golly gee whiz, remotes now to unlock and lock. But back in the day when you were still using a key and you'd have like a wet snow or it would freezing rain or something, and you would try to get into your car and the key wouldn't go in, and you needed a little de-icer. You would just, it came in a little bottle and you would just squirt it in the lock. It would thaw the lock and you could put your key in. It's something like that. It's going to be, I feel like it's something very simple, but just very clear, right? And it may come in like a light bulb moment to you, like, oh, now that I'm rethinking this, oh crap, right? It could be if you were about to put out flyers, you didn't see a typo, or you didn't see something wasn't aligned properly. It can be something that simple, right? Like a quick, easy fix. Okay, it would go, it would just kind of, put a kink in everything. So that's why they want you to be okay with putting this to halt, because there's something that's overlooked here somehow, and it can cause not major issues, but just pain in the butt kind of issues, because that's how I always talk about the Five of Wands, or in this case, the Five of Imps. And Imps is even better for being a pain in the butt, okay? Okay, Virgo, I hope you're getting me. Now, let's go on to what lessons should I learn from this? Or could you learn, may learn? King of Lightning. Well, guess who that is? That would be the King of Swords. And guess what the King of Swords is, Virgo? Someone who is very mentally clear and smart and intellectual, okay? They want you to, I said light bulb moment. Well, here he is in a dark area with a candle, it looks like, in his hand, or it's lit up. He's holding a lit candle, right? A light bulb moment. Okay? They want you to be on top of your game logically and intellectually. Okay? That's what they want. But let me get a tarot to clarify. I love how this is coming together. And out comes the Tower. Yeah. This is a lesson to learn. And this, I'm going to tell this story, and I'm sorry if you've heard it in some of my other readings, but it could be a new person here who hasn't. I went to the Grand Canyon. I went on a huge, literally drove road trip from the Toronto area to Las Vegas, and I did a big circle, like kind of the mid to northern states, not right up at the Canadian border, so that far north, right? Like Iowa, Nebraska, Michigan. I started in Michigan or whatever. That's where I went into the U.S. But Illinois, you know, kind of along that route. I want to say, was that Highway 80 or 40? Can't remember. But anyway, point being, it was a big long trip. While there, I did this like dune buggy UTV cart driving to the Grand Canyon South Rim. Beautiful in Arizona, right? Loved it. But the trees were all kind of charred a little bit. It looked like they were charred or burnt. You know how you do it decoratively? That's what the trees looked like. And so I asked the tour guides, why are they like that? And they said, because it helps when there's lightning strikes, that maybe the forest fire, I'm trying to condense this, won't get as big if the underbrush is all burnt off and that the trees are slightly charred. Okay. The most intelligent thing I think I've ever heard. I was just, and so much so I talk about it all the time now. That's what I talk about in tower moments. You can let a tower moment where everything is just going to fall apart, crash to the ground. It's not going to be this. It's going to be like a Toto, Dorothy, full-on tornado, okay? Like things are just going to get messy and bad. Or you can work with spirit and with yourself, and you can help to control it. And I feel that's by you being clear and logical about things. And Virgo, I think you like that. So it you know, it's kind of up your alley, right? For the most part. So there we go. That's my point to all this. By you taking on that King of Swords energy, that's the lesson they want you to learn. Be logical, have mental clarity, use your intellect, your smarts, right? And if something is going to be a little dicey, it's not going to be a full-blown crash it to the ground and blow it up kind of thing, because you will help to control it. Now, how can you use that moving forward? The Hermit. I love it. Because the Hermit is that guy who gets enlightened. Again, it's like another light bulb moment. He has his lantern here showing him the way. In here, the light bulb showing him the way, or candle. I feel like this is something that you are going to, because I think I usually say, you know, is it something you can use right away? Is it something you know, can use for growth and potential? Or is it something you're going to tuck in your pocket and maybe use it? I feel like this is a tuck in the pocket kind of moment, so that whenever you are doing something or faced with something and things, you know, it's like going back over. It's like doing the final draft or the final check. I feel like that's your lesson here, is you always have to look at it one more time, not from an emotional place, but from a logical, clear place. And I feel like that's just something for you to tuck away, because that hermits away to gain wisdom. Okay, that's the whole point of a hermit moment. And maybe you need to do that too, right? You need to hermit away, okay? You need to hermit away to go back over this again and figure it out. You need to wait for the light bulb moment to happen. The King of Imps, that's the King of Wands. We've got some good energy out here, you know, because once you hermit away, once you get back in there, maybe you're going to get all inspired and passionate about it again. You're going to be like, oh, I just had a vision of what this could be. Maybe it can be bigger than you even thought. Whatever it's going to be for you, right? And you get in the hermit mode, the light bulb goes off and you're like, oh, I was way underplaying this, or I was going to really I was doing this with a very low pole or standard set. I thought it was great, but holy moly, no, this can be so much bigger, okay? That's what I'm feeling here. How you can use the lesson. All right, I love this for you. Just love it, Virgo. Now, this is from Cute Cards, my Gypsy Witch deck, okay? This deck's meant to be used in a different way, but you know what? Love the Halloween theme on the outside of the card, so don't be alarmed by the inside. You know what? There's been some advice, some guidance. There's even been, you know, a little heads up and prediction happening in some of the piles, and some of them have just gone straight along with what's on the table here, so we don't know. The Seven of Diamonds, or the Seven of Pentacles. That is Oh, I think it's Minnow Pond who says, is the juice worth the squeeze? I don't think that necessarily fits here, but I don't know why that just popped into my head. Maybe that means something to you, okay? But the Seven of Pentacles, that is, you know what? That's tending to things. That is tending to the seeds that you've planted, which is back here, these ideas. This is what you're going to do. You've planted those seeds. You've been nurturing them all along. And now you're kind of getting to the point of, okay, well, can I pick it yet? And Spirit is saying right now, no, not right at the moment. Okay. And there's also a fire here. So number 7 could mean something to you. Number 38 or number 11 could mean something to you as well. But the message here is, or what the card says, flames on the hearth indicate good fortune and neutralizes the evil that may be near. Okay. It increases your luck value. Okay. I'm paraphrasing here from what's on the card because like I said, it's not play a game, but it can be read in different ways. So yeah, there's good fortune to be had. Really good fortune. Okay. And it's going to keep out. I feel like that's what this reading is. What isn't meant to be there. Okay. So just keep that in mind, Virgo, moving forward. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed my Halloween cards, if you enjoyed the reading, just in general, whether it's resonating with you right now or not, you can always check out your moon and your rising, okay? Hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. It helps me. If you haven't subscribed to my new people, to my regular people that come and watch all the time, maybe you haven't subscribed yet. I'm trying to get to 600. You know, it's always the next, I always go in hundreds, the next milestone. So please help me out. I'm growing my channel slow and steady here. So, thank you for your support. I will see you maybe in one of the other signs, or I will see you in my next reading, Virgo. Bye-bye.